Alrighty. All we live. So you gonna let me down here too? Come on, phone. You gonna let me down here too? Like, God darn. That's the problem. Why the hell can we on band for? Is it stabilizing? Alrighty, y'all. We on band 4. I'm telling you, this new phone service is a curse. I might have to restart this show. Hold on. Let me go to airplane mode. All right. We are reconnected. Doggone shame. Boy, this phone won't do anything. This supposed to be Verizon. You know what? I'm disgusted. But for those of you that did go to the market with me today, you know that I bought some supplies. And shout out to BUNK. He gave us a refund for it, but I was able to fix the championship, okay? I was able to fix it. So we do have the YouTube MASTA championship. It's all here. I fixed it. Do I got it upside down? Always got it upside down. I don't know what the heck wrong with me. Can y'all see that? Wait a minute. YouTube Roast Master Championship. This is the championship. So, we fixed it. And we are the first people to have the championship. I like it. I'm the first person to actually have their own championship made. I like it. Nobody else got it. I get off on doing things like that. I want something nobody else has. And as you can see, this is the championship. You can see YouTube. We are the first to have the YouTube Roast Championship, and I like it. So anyway, let's get to the topic. Let's play a song, give everybody a chance to get in here. Most people have fell asleep. I don't blame them.
Oh, yeah.
It's been that kind of day.
Oh, Dero. The one man.
Be right back.
I'll back up another track. Without truth. Hey, we were liar. I said, can you feel that? Oh, yeah. Nice fella. Oh, Lord, I'm not worthy of your love, because your grace is the last thing I think of. I don't want to feel the wrath of your anger, but I keep stumbling into danger. I let myself back into a life of sin. Can you forgive me again? I'm only flesh, but deep down I have a zest. I keep failing the double test. This means I'm not ready. My heart is heavy. I'm stuck in a state of confusion. I'm doing wrong. It's like a nightmare, but it's no illusion. My God, what's the solution? Is the pleasure of this world enough to make my faith unfurl and pass? I thought they on the right path, but it never lasts. I don't want to feel the wrath of your anger, but I keep stumbling into danger. I feel like a marked man. I know you understand that this agony is part of your plan. Or am I just weak? How does the devil sneak inside and defile my spirit? Jesus said he would never leave us. Why is he being quiet while I died and snapped in unclean acts? Oh Lord, I'm not worthy of your love, because your grace is the last thing I think of. I don't want to feel the rest of your anger,
But I keep stumbling into danger. Sorry, y'all.
I'm making my plea. Jesus, can you help me? I'm not perfect on the outside. I seem righteous, but inside I'm fighting the battle of my life. I need someone to focus on, a child, a wife. I got too much time on my hands. It's all about me. I'm free to do what I want, whatever I feel, with no repercussions. I get bored. My flesh and face start struggling. I get lonely. The followers at the church don't help. I'm around 100 people, but I'm still by myself. myself abandoned the company of someone who threatened my spiritual health. But Lord, you took my great grandma, my mother, bless that
For those of y'all that think
no guidance in this cold, cruel world. The words of God, you snatched my baby girl. That's when I was starting to appreciate fatherhood. And you won't send anybody good who I can marry, who can carry a child for me. I refuse to be a single missionary in another country, alone in a nation I don't know. But deep down I feel that's where you want me to go. Oh Lord, I'm not worthy of your love, because your grace is the last thing I think of. I don't want to feel the wrath of your anger, but I keep stumbling into danger.
for those of y'all that think it's not real,
I
yes
don't
it is.
understand my purpose when you unlike me and bring to the surface what you have in store for me. I wonder,
Oh,
are
you
you
ignoring
ignoring me, or is it the other way around? I know I'm struggling, but your word says that a believer will from within be changed, and then that person won't want to sin, while I'm really willing and able, waiting for you to the table my sinful lust and get in you I trust, so do what you must. I give you full control of my soul. Oh Lord, I'm not worthy of your love, because your grace is the last thing I think of. I don't want to feel the wrath of your anger, but I keep stumbling into danger. Another hit from the arrow, one man show. Feels back. Hope it touches you in some way. I'm out. Praise God. Never forget. Yeah, bro, there with one man. Right.
Giving everybody a chance to get in here. Is there anybody?
You feel that? I got one question for you.
Get a refresh here.
I'm on with it. Hallelujah. Amen. Are you born again? You never know what Jesus will descend on the white cloud. If you're saved, say it loud, say it proud. I'm born again. Amen. Hey, are you born again? Are you ready for the Messiah to the symbol of the book of life? Are you on the page that Jesus gave you by faith? Not so by action. Will you need a sacrifice? Not by action. How will rituals learn how to have it? How to offer you a brand new thing out. Give you a second chance. That's why Jesus died. Was crucified. Everybody around so I sent you the word of God again. And you receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. They know the desires of your flesh. You can hear it. You can feel it. Don't be foolish unless you feel it. You can't do anything that God can't fix and God can't heal. Don't turn your back. I'm just want somebody's time to live. If this man thinks to the sin, well, God will forgive. If you're born again, amen. Are you born again? You don't know what you do with the sin on the white cloud in your face. Say it loud, say it proud. I'm born again. Amen. Hallelujah. Here we go. I get born again. While you are slave to sin, and God also wants to change the way. If you have the same mind, you want to present. When you know you take a special on the body, you know how you know all of you. Like God is not going to make that where you get dirty and come to church. What do you think they're playing this song? Acting good as people are food everywhere else. The devil tempts you. God understands and you believe he'll offer his hand and help you get the results you need more than what you want. Don't be deceived by things talk. He's a liar. He will fill your desires and you will let them find the most in hell. You don't want the Lord this for. So there's a healthy boy and girl. Here goes the God. Pray every day and that Jesus help you change your ways. See, I believe. Amen. That's how I know. I'm born again.
And I'm asking you.
I get born again. You never know what Jesus was to sin on the white cloud. If you say aloud, I'm proud. I'm born again. Come on. So man, you know, we try to serve a movie and try to attain or even a certain level of right and wrong, of balance. Don't count them. They split us the wrong way. God knows it's a lot of love in this own son. So lean on Jesus. Only split it to you and I'm going to give a half. I'm going to say levels to go God's wrath. And remember, Joe, this verse would be both hands on you. Faithful soul. Not because of the Jesus, but because y'all believe. Was willing to be tested. You felt comfort even under the roof pressure. Still by God's love and protection. I'm just a message to him on what he saved or die. It's your choice. You want to be a sinner or you want to be a winner? I'm asking the question. Are you born again? Do you know what Jesus was to sin on the white card that you saved?
Say it loud, say it proud. I'm born again. I'm born again.
You want to be a sinner or a winner?
I'm asking the question. Hey,
are you born again? You never know what Jesus was to sin on the white card that you saved.
say it loud, say it proud. I'm born again. I'm born again. Can I give a shout out to God? Can I give one for Jesus. You know I can't forget the Holy Spirit. Come on home and sit at God's throne. Or you can rock in hell with the devil. That's your choice. It's up to you.
I can't make that choice for you. God loves you so much. He won't make that choice.
Are you born again? You never know when Jesus was to sin on the white heart you saved. Say it loud, say it proud. I'm born again. I'm born again. You want to be a sinner or you want to be a winner?
Gotta get them on the right path.
You want to be a sinner or you want to be a winner?
Faith, not by works. Judged by faith, not by works. Believe in Jesus. Gotta live like him. You'll be alright. Alright, go there, bro. I'm out. Man, show production.
Let's keep it going. Come on and hold me tight, but all you wanna do is fuss, cuss, argue and fight. See, y'all ain't right. All I wanna do is hold you tight, but all you wanna do is fuss, cuss, argue and fight. See, I can't help you with none of that. But check this out. Take it easy and take it slow. Welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to my brother Derrick Show. You other YouTubers, y'all straight greasy. Your whack beef videos sound cheesy. Please, somebody release me. Take it easy and take it slow. Welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the brother Derrick Show. I ain't stressing, I'm here to teach a lesson. I ain't stressing, I'm here to teach a lesson. I ain't stressing, I'm here to teach a lesson. Keeping you other YouTubers out there guessing. So take it easy and take it slow. Welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the brother Derrick Show. You other YouTubers, y'all straight greasy. Your whack beef videos sound cheesy. Please, somebody call Jeezy. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the brother Derrick Show. Oh, Mr. Hey, don't turn off the light. Oh, Mr. Hey, don't turn off the light. Bring my beat back. Oh, Mr. Hey, don't turn off the light. Don't turn off the light. But take it easy and take it slow. Welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the brother Derrick Show. You other YouTubers, y'all straight greasy. Your whack beef videos sound cheesy. Please, somebody release me. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the BD Show. Take it easy and take it slow. And welcome to the brother Derrick Show. Oh, Mr. Hey, don't turn off the light. Oh, Mr. Hey, don't turn off the light. Don't turn off the light. But take it easy and take it slow. Welcome to the Minister, Brother Derrick Show. The YouTube Master. Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Brother Derrick Show. Anybody in the chat? I got my own belt. But you on the wrong, you come at the wrong time. We doing Bible study. Now, if you want to get down, then come back in about an hour and I'll come on the Master King. Master King BROTHA 1. But right now, we on this Bible study. We late, but we still gonna get it in. And speaking of that, our topic for today is something that came to me in a dream. And the topic is, I keep hearing all these people, especially the trolls in our sector, they put so much emphasis on, did you have any sex last night? Who was you with last night? Who did you bang last night? Well, one of the people in the Bible is St. Paul. I'm noticing the chat not updating. Why is the chat not updating? Hold on a second. There's something wrong with the chat. Why the chat not updating? Go to live chat and pop it out. Why is the chat not updating? I'm telling you, it's, you know, something been going on. And like I said, we coming on here late, but we gonna get it done. No matter what the holdup is, no matter what the problem is, I'm not understanding why the chat is not showing up. Now, I just saw it pop up. Why I didn't do anything? Oh, I know what it is. We got two of them open. That's the first problem. We got two chats open. I guess that's the new one. So let's find a chat on the OBS. Where are you, baby? Let me move you up some. Maybe we need to move you up. Hold on. Oh, that's what it is. I gotta move it up. There it is. Now let's type something. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, now it's updating. There we go. There's our chat. Like to have that chat behind my head, because even if somebody get blocked or anything, I can look at the replay and look over my head and see the chat. So even if YouTube removes that person, if that person is blocked for some reason and YouTube removes them, I can go back and look, and I can say, you was blocked. I see you right there in the chat. So let's get back to our topic of the day, if y'all don't mind. We're going to cover St. Paul. St. Paul said something that caught my attention years ago. And I was actually ministering somebody, and somebody else pulled me up and said, no, St. Paul didn't say that. This was somebody that called himself a playboy, but thought he was religious. I don't know how you a playboy and religious. Hey, how you doing, Naya? Yeah, we still gonna get it done. All the troubles that we had today, we still got it done. We still gonna get it done. We gonna get it in. Y'all was with me at the market. Y'all saw that disaster. We can't get that mobile live right. Now, I had the phone on the backpack. This piece of crap, brand new piece of crap is what it is. It's a brand new piece of crap. I'm trying to put the phone and get it attached, and then we can go do a refresh. Let me refresh the radio. I don't understand. Now, I was on the phone with them today. I laid them out. I told them, y'all are terrible. Y'all need to just quit. You making Verizon look like goddamn scutter buckets. You really making Verizon look like nothing. They gonna be number one. In this experience, I'd rather have number 10, because this is ridiculous. I mean, sad. First off, the new phone they gave me, it won't run a YouTube Live. I was going to say the heck with the 360, and I was just going to run a YouTube Live the way everybody else do, instead of trying to be all slick. I have changed the configuration of the helmet 10 times in the past 3 days. This thing will not do a YouTube Live to save its life. When you try to move it, it turns itself off. So you gotta handle the phone with kid gloves. It keeps turning itself off for no reason. You know, with the 360-degree camera, that once you stop it, you can't restart it to the next day. Y'all know that, right? You can't restart it. Now, we got lucky, because it stopped, then it started yesterday, but then it still stopped. It stopped and then it started. We need a real 360-degree camera, or we need to leave it alone. We need to get a real one or leave it alone. Seriously. But now we got another problem. Even if we say leave it alone, just do regular lives, the phone won't do it. The people at the market thought I was retarded. I sat out there for an hour trying to get that thing to work. And then to make matters worse, I had to get the pliers, because I couldn't get the piece off the back of the helmet so I could put the camera up there, put the phone up there, and have that on my head and ride home. I couldn't get the piece off. So then I had to take everything apart and put everything back together, sitting down on the bench. And then it still wouldn't do the lives. I couldn't win. I was in a lose-lose situation. There wasn't no winning. There literally wasn't no winning. The only saving grace of today, I told y'all saw that debacle that happened yesterday. We got our belt. I wasn't happy with it. But y'all saw me get the supplies. I went to work. And I fixed it. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? So take that, Mr. D, and we got a refund for it. I had to spend part of the refund to fix it, but we got it fixed. So now we got the first YouTube MASTA championship. They can hate all they want. We the only people that got their own championship. Don't tell me about somebody got some WWE. We got our own championship. You see that? That's me. You see that? That's me. We got our own championship. All right? Throw it over my shoulder. We got our own championship. Don't need nobody else's. We got our own. Somebody got a problem with it? Come see us on the Master King channel. This ain't the place for it. I shouldn't even be talking about what I'm talking about. But I told y'all I was going to hook it up, and I did. And it looks great. So, like I said, I took trash and turned it into treasure. That's what we do here at the Minister Brother Derrick Show. We take what we given and then we create. I don't know why I'm so dark today. I got a tie on. I don't know if y'all can see it. The black tie blending in. So we're going to need another pen because we don't need this belt no more. We got our own. So I'm going to have to get another tie pen because we don't need it. We got our own. But anyway, let's get back to the show. The camera was still live. I think that's why we can't go anymore. Now what I might have to start doing is seeing if I can get the phone to go on YouTube in desktop mode and go in there and stop it. It's got to be stopped manually. The camera can't stop it. So it was something called My Broadcast. That one, I had to stop on the computer when I got in the house. And it went for a while. So maybe that's the reason why we can't do it. Because the other one hadn't stopped. Maybe that's the reason why we can't do it. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe it though, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, back to the topic of discussion. Oh, and let me give a shout out to BUNK. Mr. David, thanks for the refund. I was able to take the money and we went and like I said, even if you have to add $10 more to the price of them, just give it a better backing. You know, it's a nice design and everything, but make it thicker. It's not thick enough. Now, I'm supposed to have that knee brace on my knee. Instead, I made it the backing for the belt. And that's the reason why we have a backing. That's what it is. I got some glue and I gave it, that's what it needed, a backing. Spend a couple dollars and just get some material. You know, it only got to be a couple centimeters wide. And so now we got a championship belt. And I got the snaps here at the end. It can close. And I could have extended it, but I just wanted, this is good right here. It's as long as the braces, so I love it. You know. So when I got back in the house, this is what I wound up doing. But it's actually I like it. Nobody else has one. Trolls can say what they want to say. Nobody else has one custom made. And if you try and copy, you got to put the work in that I did. So if you're going to copy, go ahead. But if you really want one custom made, you're going to spend $200 to $300, then go ahead. We got our belt for nothing. If that ain't a blessing, I don't know what is. We got it for nothing. And, you know, I went and got some glue and some other items. But I basically used stuff that I already had. So, like I said, I'm happy with that. But that's not what we're supposed to be talking about. That's not what we're supposed to be talking about here. Let's get back to the topic. Like I was saying, I have been wanting to do this topic for a while. Because you keep hearing people brag about having sex. Y'all do realize that for those of us that make it to the next level, y'all do realize, I'm hoping you realize, that those of us that are blessed to make it to the next level, okay, ain't nobody gonna be thinking about no sex. There ain't gonna be no babies. You're gonna get your body back, and the last thing you're gonna be thinking about is hooking up with somebody. That's the one thing that I learned. That's the last thing. Matter of fact, I might do a show on that. In heaven, there ain't gonna be no hooking up. So if that's all y'all thinking about, you better get it while you're down here. Because up there, you ain't even gonna be thinking about that. Your body is gonna be so perfect, you're not even gonna want to defile it. You're not even gonna wanna take the chance of messing something up. You'll be perfect. Not how you are down here. You're gonna be perfect. And you're gonna have that river of life. And you will never have another ache. You'll never have another pain. For those of you that can't get around, you can be up there doing jumping jacks. For those of you that can't hear, you're going to be able to hear. For those of you that can't see, you're going to be able to see. For those of you that might have cancer or leukemia, none of that. You're going to be perfect. Your mind going to be sharp as a whip. Your eyesight going to be sharp as a whip. This is something to look forward to. Instead of looking forward to getting some daggone rims on your car, instead of getting forward to going on vacation, think about where you're going to spend eternity. I want y'all to realize something. The people that you read about in the Bible, depending on how well they follow the law, before Jesus came, and depending on how many people actually listened and got on board with Jesus, there's a lot of people that's been sitting in baby hell, Hades, Sheol, torments, whatever you want to call it. There are people that are sitting there burning, but won't die, burning, wishing they was dead. And guess what? If you go to jail, you can mark on the calendar, I gotta do 5 years. Oh, it's day one. They there forever. And then on Judgment Day, because that's baby hell, Judgment Day, after they judge, then they gonna get thrown in the lake of fire, and it's gonna be 50 times worse. That's what they looking forward to. There is no getting free. There is no release day. They can spend the next 50,000 years uncomfortable, burning, dying of thirst. The only thing they're going to have is their memories to look back on. Now, you might say, I can do a 10-year stint in prison, and I can remember all the fun I had with the boys and remember the dancing in the club. Try doing that for thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. Because that's all you're going to have to do is suffer and remember. That's why it's called the gnashings of teeth. But you're not going to remember that. You're going to remember all those times that somebody tried to pull you up and tell you about religion. It's going to play in your mind over and over again all the times you've been warned. And when you walk to the edge of the catechism, when you walk to the edge and you look up, you're going to see all the people up there having fun, and you're down there suffering. And this is forever. If that's not punishment, what is? They had to look up and see everybody partying, dancing, having a good time, and you down at the bottom suffering. And you with some of the most evilest people ever. You down there with the Hitlers, the Charles Manson, the Ted Bundy. You down there with all the sickos. You gonna be sitting down there with Saddam Hussein. That's gonna be your company. Rapists, killers, hustlers, pimps and prostitutes. That's who you gonna keep company with. When you look around amongst all your own suffering, you gonna see them suffering too. And they wasn't nice down here. You think they gonna be nicer? You think they gonna be nicer? They burn. Think about the people who lived decent lives, but never took the time to get to know Jesus. Think about the good people that you might live next door to. They pay their taxes, send their kid to school, keep the neighborhood clean. They don't know Jesus Christ. They're going to be right there with those molesters and killers right there with them. You think they get bullied now? You send your kid to school and don't have the right clothes on them? You see how they get bullied? What's gonna happen when you're down there with all them serial killers and you a nice person? Let that marinate for a second. See, a lot of preachers they're not gonna tell you that, because they don't want to scare you. But they need to tell you, because you need to know. They think if you get scared, you're not gonna put no money in a collection plate. So they try to tell you, keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, you're doing fine. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Hey, don't forget to get them envelopes. Don't forget to put that money in the envelope. They're not gonna tell you the truth. They tell you the truth, you will get scared. They want to tell you stuff that make you happy. I don't want to be happy for 60 years down here and then have to spend the rest of eternity suffering. I'd rather suffer now. Go ahead and just like somebody in prison, do my time. I'd rather do my time and suffer down here and then live it up the rest of my days. You got people telling you all kinds of stuff. They tell you what you want to hear so that you keep coming back and so that you donate. That's why they keep telling you. They tell you anything. They won't tell you the truth. I got some stuff coming up Sunday man. I'm gonna wait till Sunday, but I got some stuff coming that's gonna shake you to your core. Now I had something planned, but as usual, the Spirit is leading me in another direction. So for those of you that's still here, please take the time, even if it's only a couple of minutes. Talk to Jesus. Let him know, so he can know who you are. Even if it's only 5 minutes a day, talk to him. Tell him about your problem. Tell him what you're going through. And ask him to help you. It won't kill you. But spending the rest of eternity will. Seriously. You can spend 5 minutes a day. I'm too busy. Are you too busy? One thing you're not going to be as busy when you're sitting down there boiling. I want y'all to just imagine putting a nice piece of fish in a pot with some grease, and you put it on a little simmer, and it cooks, and it cooks, and it cooks, and the house is getting hot. But the meat, it don't cook. If you touch it, you burn your hand, but it don't cook. It won't burn up. That's going to be you. For thousands of years, that's going to be you. You will be, except you won't be in a frying pan. The flame gonna be in you. And it's gonna burn. But you won't burn up and go away. You gonna wish you would just, you won't. And it could be that way for thousands of years. There are people down there now. There are people that you know, that you grew up, your old neighbors, your grandparents, if they died, if they were not walking with Jesus, they're down there cooking. They on a slow cook. And they wishing that they could tell you what I'm telling you. They wishing. I wish I could warn my dear sweet Naya. I wish I could warn TS News. I wish I could warn them so they don't come join me here. Because imagine when you find out, you want to go tell everybody you know, but you can't. And now here comes another problem nobody never talks about. You guys sit there and watch your loved ones come join you. You pray somehow. Somebody talks to them. Somebody warns them. Somebody makes them do what you would not do. And you gotta sit there and watch, oh man, Devil Reverend Jones. Doggone it. Damn. There go Michael Jackson. Thought you was gonna make it, Mike. Damn. Damn, Jordan, you ain't making neither. Imagine you sitting there waiting for your children. You praying that they don't come. But you haven't given them the warning because you didn't heed the warning. And if you didn't heed the warning, they're not going to heed the warning unless they come across somebody like me. And you ought to sit there and watch your child burn right along with you. Watch them be in agony and pain. And there ain't nothing you can do about it because you're dealing with your own agony and pain. You can't even help them. Here your children, Mama, Daddy, help me. I'm gonna help you. I need help. Ah! For those of you that ever seen any of the World War, was that World War I or II with the Japanese? Was that World War I? When we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, them people was burning up from the radiation in the street. A lot of them died. You're gonna be like that. Go watch the movies. That's gonna be you, but you're not gonna die. You're gonna feel that pain forever. It's not gonna go anywhere. And human beings are hard-headed. See, we can say, okay, well, I can deal with the pain. You can't deal with that pain. You're gonna spend the rest of eternity wishing you would die. But you won't. And then you get thrown in a lake of fire, ooh, child. You gonna want to die so bad. You gonna want to, ain't nothing you can do but sit there and suffer. That's your punishment. while you down here, forget God and God ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, guess what? Yeah, you gonna find out the hard way, because a lot of people you know that died have already found out, but they can't come back and tell you. If they can come back and tell you, what would the punishment be? You know, a lot of people love the story about Kringle, the old man that was a miser, and how the three ghosts came back. You know, Christmas Day, Christmas present, Christmas future. That story is really based on what I'm talking about. But see, nobody would go buy it if you told the truth. But you add Christmas in it, you add Scrooge in it. Yeah, pour a little Tiny Tim in it. People will watch. But show the real truth. Nobody's going to come back and warn you. Once you're gone, that's it. You close your eyes for the last time. You cannot reverse it. It's done. It's done. There ain't no, they preach that you can get up and stand before Jesus and say, hey, you know, I didn't get to know you beforehand, but I want to get to know you now. Now, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. You're in or you're not. You a part of the family or you not. There ain't no, I'm going to get in a little bit and get back out. I'm going to get in a little bit and get back out. I'm going to come in and do a couple things and then I'm going to go do, nah. It don't work that way. But they'll tell you, go ahead out there, keep on sleeping around, keep on clubbing, keep on doing what you're doing. Just come here on Sunday and bring your money. Because them preachers are going to be right there with you. I wonder how many preachers are getting beat up right now. How many religious people are getting beat up right now? Imagine the teachers of the law when there wasn't no Bible before Jesus came, and these people, these priests and rabbis and whatever else, were telling the people whatever they wanted to hear. Imagine what the people are saying and doing to them right now. Imagine how dumb they feel. Imagine the leaders that turned Jesus over to Pilate. What do you think they're doing right now? I'm being honest with you. What do you think they're doing right now? Well, we know they're burning. We know they're in agony. But what about the people that followed them? They had to sit there with them. And they're probably getting some of the most evilest looks. People might be trying to beat on them, but it ain't gonna do no good because you're not gonna die. You think they're having fun? And they've been sitting there in agony for thousands of years. This is 2020 after Christ. Where's the Egyptian Pharaoh that wouldn't let the people go? Where is he at? Where's all those Israelites? Where's the Jebusites and the Hittites and the Perizzites, the Babylonians? Where they at? Where the Romans? With all that fornicating they were doing, and the orgies and all that, where are they at? What are they doing right now? I guarantee you the one thing they ain't doing is having no orgy. But they down there in that agony. And for those of you that say it's all happy cock, it's all bull crap, it will kill you to stop having sex out of marriage. It will kill you to help those less fortunate than you. It will kill you to spend 5 minutes a day talking to Jesus and trying to find out what he wants you to do. It will kill you to do that. Even if you don't believe, you're an atheist. It will kill you. Because I tell you one thing that you won't believe. I guarantee you, a lot of the atheists that tell you they don't believe, the same way when you was in school and you would act up in the class and be the class clown and you and your friends would cause commotion. Half of them people went home and studied so they could pass. But the dumb ones didn't. And they would get left behind. And they would come up, hey, how'd you make it? I went home and studied, didn't you? You did? No, I didn't study. I thought we wasn't going to study. We were going to be the cool people. I thought it was cool not to study. Okay, well, don't study this. And instead of being cool, you'll be the burning fool. Instead of being cool, you can be the burning fool. Because none of this stuff is hard to do. It's not. They didn't make it hard. If you watched the show yesterday, God darn, the Israelites had it hard. Trying to follow all them laws. Woo! They had it hard. This is easy. All you got to do is get to know Jesus. Let him in your life. That's it. Even if you say, oh, that's still too much work. Imagine being on fire all the time. And the fire never go out and you don't burn up. But the agony and the pain don't stop. And it's dark. The only light is going to be the flame burning on you. You know, human beings don't like to not be in the dark. But it's going to be dark. The only light is going to be the flame burning in you. And sometimes it's not visible. You imagine being in a dark place, smelling sulfur and other chemicals that are in fire? But in a real fire, you would burn up or the smoke would take you. Nope. It never ends. Don't be stuck down there. Seriously, do not be stuck down there. But let's get to the topic of the show. But what I was just talking about is more important than this topic we get ready to talk about. We're going to go to Corinthians to go see our buddy St. Paul. Corinthians 7. For the people who are always talking about, I had this person last night, I met this person in the bar, I took this person to the all you can eat, I did all this, I did all that. Let me tell y'all something. That I read that just touched me and stopped me from doing what I was doing. So let's take a look. 1 Corinthians 7. This is St. Paul. To be married, to be single. Now, getting down to the questions you asked in your letter to me. First, is it a good thing to have sexual relations? Now, this is the Bible now. Certainly, but within a certain context. It's good for a man to have a wife and for a woman to have a husband. Sexual drives are strong, but marriage is strong enough to contain them and provide for a balanced and fulfilling sexual life in a world of sexual disorder. The marriage bed must be a place of mutuality. The husband seeking to satisfy his wife, the wife seeking to satisfy her husband. Marriage is not a place to stand up for your rights. Marriage is a decision to serve the other, whether in bed or not. Abstaining from sex is permissible for a period of time if you both agree to it. And it was for the purposes of prayer and fasting, but only for such times. Then come back together again. Satan has an ingenious way of tempting us when we least expect it. I'm not understand commanding these prayers of abstinence, only providing my best counsel if you should choose them. Hold on. Let's back up and take a look at what he said. The bedroom is not the place for a woman to start trying to push equal rights. It's not a place for the man. Well, I'm the provider, God darn it, and you're going to do what I say. There should be a mutual respect in the bedroom. Nobody should hold sex or use it as a weapon. But here in the United States, women use sex to get men to agree to things that they don't believe in. Called feminism. If you think about it, the men usually have to provide everything, and the women grace the men with their presence. That's not how it was designed to be. Especially now that women are working and women were not supposed to work. God didn't design us for that. And that's why we have these battles, these quiet battles, but they're not quiet because they stretch across society. And a lot of people get mad when I talk about this, but it's the truth. The marriage is not important like it was. Because You could shack up with somebody and have sex and not be married, and when you get tired, you just move on to the next person. That's not what God intended. When you have sex with somebody, that's your partner for life. It's for self-satisfaction and procreation. It is not entertainment. It is not something to be sold like pornography. Because the problem with pornography is you're letting somebody participate in the art of sex, but be able to say, well, I just watched people and got myself off, but I didn't touch anybody, so I'm not defiled. Nah. If you cheat with your eye, Jesus said, poke it out. It's better. It's better to enter paradise with your no eyes. If your hands keep touching, like they say Donald Trump like to grab the coochies, it's better for you to go into paradise with no arms, but get to paradise, than it is to be sitting down there in the torments zone. He mentioned that the devil has a way of tempting us. And he is correct, because when one person holds out sex, the other person goes and looks for it elsewhere. You actually inviting the devil into your bedroom. If a person feels that they want you to do something special for them, anything inside a marriage should be no holds barred. But if you got a person that don't want to do something the other person wants to do, that's letting the devil in. And the devil is going to keep tormenting the person who you want. They're going to go find somebody that's going to do what they asked you to do. The bedroom should have no holds barred. If you are married and you are asked to perform an act, you should do it. Now, I'm not saying go bring other people in or go mess with animals or children and stuff like that. Not sick stuff like that. But if somebody makes a request, you should at least attempt it. Because what's going to happen is you might blow it off, but your mate might not. And then the devil can tempt them. Oh, I bet you she'll do it. Yeah, your wife won't do it, but I bet you she'll do it, and she'll do it willingly. You know? So keep that in mind. If your mate asks you to do something new, like y'all remember Ricky Bobby with all that crazy stuff. I didn't believe what he said, but you know, y'all remember the stuff he was saying. If you had to involve being tied up or being handcuffed to the bedpost or whips and chains, or as long as it's in the marriage, it is okay. Anything inside the sanctimonious specter of marriage is okay. You know? You got some people that like to have sex in the park or whatever. If you can make sure you can't be seen, if that's what needs to be done, then do it. Some people like to go to the beach and have sex while people walking by. I mean, you know, as long as it's done within the sanctimony of marriage. But just, you know, don't get crazy. But keep that in mind. You don't want to let the devil win. And one of the ways is when you blow somebody off that make a request, some people will shake it off and keep going. Other people, it'll keep goading at them, nagging at them. That would be like, see, she supposed to be your wife and she won't do that for you. I don't understand. Joe brag about his wife doing it, why mine won't do it. She ain't no better than her. That's how you let the devil when you into your bedroom. Don't do it. There are a lot of people who get cheated on because they're not willing to do something simple because it takes them out their comfort zone. And then that puts the pressure on their mate because they want to do it. And so if you're not going to do it, then they have to find somebody who will. And then you get mad at them for doing it. But you open the door. You open the door. So, all right, let's get back in. Sometimes I wish everyone was single. Were single like me. A simpler life in many ways. But celibacy is not for everyone any more than marriage is. God gives the gift of the single life to some, the gift of the married life to others. I do, though, tell the unmarried and widows that singleness might well be the best thing for them, as it has been for me. But if they can't manage their desires and emotions, they should by all means go ahead and get married. The difficulties of marriage are preferable by far to a sexually tortured life as a single. And if you are married, stay married. This is the master's command, not mine. If a wife should leave her husband, she must either remain single or else come back and make things right with him. And a husband has no right to get rid of his wife. For the rest of you who are in mixed marriages, Christian married to non-Christian, we have no explicit command from the master. So this is what you must do. If you are a man with a wife who is not a believer, but who still wants to live with you, hold on to her. If you are a woman with a husband who is not a believer, but he wants to live with you, hold on to him. The unbelieving husband shares to an extent in the holiness of his wife, and the unbelieving wife is likewise touched by the holiness of her husband. Otherwise, your children will be left out. As it is, they are also included in the spiritual purposes of God. Now, hold on a sec. This backs up something that somebody asked me last week. Somebody asked me, what about the children? And I answered that if the parents were walking with God, that the children were covered until they came of age, to whereas they would know to come to God. And when they get that knowledge, then they're not covered by that anymore. If you get the knowledge and then you reject it, then you're not covered anymore. But if you're young, dumb, and innocent, if one of your parents believes in Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior and believes in Lord God the Father, the children are covered until they reach a certain amount of knowledge. And this is what St. Paul is saying. He is saying that even if you don't believe, if you stay in a marriage with somebody who does believe, you are covered. Has anybody ever heard that before? Anybody here? Did anybody still woke? Has anybody ever heard that before? Because in a marriage, two people become one. So even if one person doesn't believe, if they stay in a relationship with somebody who does believe, the believer can cover them. The children are also covered. Let us continue. On the other hand, if the unbelieving spouse walks out, you've got to let him or her go. You don't have to hold on desperately. God has called us to make the best of it as peacefully as we can. You never know, wife. The way you handle this might bring your husband not only back to you, but to God. You never know, husband. The way you handle this might bring your wife not only back to you, but to God. And don't be wishing you were someplace else or with someone else. Where you are right now is God's place for you. Live and obey and love and believe right there. God, not your marital status, defines your life. Don't think I'm being harder than you than the others. I give the same counsel in all the churches. Were you Jewish at the time God called you? Don't try to remove the evidence. Were you not non-Jewish at the time of your call? Don't become a Jew. Being Jewish isn't the point. The really important thing is obeying God's call, following his commands. Stay where you were when God called your name. Were you a slave? Slavery is no roadblock to obeying and believing. I don't mean you're stuck and can't leave. If you have a chance at freedom, go ahead and take it. I'm simply trying to point out that under your new master, you're going to experience a marvelous freedom you would never have dreamed of. On the other hand, if you were free when Christ called you, you'll experience a delightful enslavement to God you would never have dreamed of. So, you're supposed to stay where you are. Whenever you find out about Jesus and what he did for you, you're supposed to stay where you are. And let him go to work and let him direct you. But stay connected with Jesus. More importantly, so that you can be connected with God. It don't matter if you're sitting in a jail cell, if you're on death row. Stay connected with Jesus. All of you, slave and free both, were once held hostage in a sinful society. Then a huge sum was paid out for your ransom. So please don't, out of old habit, slip back in the bin or doing what everyone else tells you. Friends, stay where you are, where you were called to be. God is there. Hold the high ground with him at your side. A lot of people think when they hear the message and they get excited and they want to go jump around and do all these things. No, stay where you are. Let Jesus into your heart and mind, and he will direct you where he wants you to go. When you hear the news, stay where you are. They will direct you where you want to go, where they want you to go. Other times, now I got to get out here and start doing all this, and I got to start doing this and, now, I gotta put a better image on. No. You are in training. Hold on a sec, y'all. Let me get something to drink. I hope it ain't creep. But that's something I should have took care of. I put it in the fridge. Sure did. Bro. Damn. And that's my fault. I let it get down to the last one. It's frozen solid too. That's all right. I got some. I don't say. Wet my whistle real quick. All right. Sorry, y'all. I had to wet the whistle. Okay. The master did not give explicit direction regarding virgins, but as one much experienced in the mercy of the master and loyal to him all the way, you can trust my counsel. Because of the current pressures on us from all sides, I think it would probably be best to stay just as you are. Are you married? Well, stay married. Are you unmarried? Don't get married. But there is certainly no sin in getting married, whether you're a virgin or not. All I'm saying is, excuse me. All I'm saying is that when you marry, you take on additional stress in an already stressful time. I want to spare you if possible. I don't want to point out, friends, that the time is of the essence. There is no time to waste, so don't complicate your lives unnecessarily. Keep it simple. In marriage, grief, joy, whatever, even in ordinary things, your daily routines of shopping and so on, deal as sparingly as possible with the things the world thrusts on you. The world you see it is on the world the way you see it is on its way out. I want you to live as free of complications as possible. When you're unmarried, you're free to concentrate on simply pleasing the master. Marriage involves you in all the nuts and bolts of domestic life and in wanting to please your spouse, leading to so many more demands on your attention. The time and energy married people spend on caring for and nurturing each other, the unmarried could spend in becoming whole and holy instruments of God. I'm trying to be helpful and make it as easy as possible for you, not make things harder. All I want for you is to be able to develop a way of life in which you can spend plenty of time together with the master, without a lot of distractions. If a man has a woman friend to whom he is loyal but never intended to marry, having decided to serve God as a single, and then changes his mind deciding he should marry her, he should go ahead and marry. It's no sin. It's not even a step down from celibacy, as some say. On the other hand, if a man is comfortable in his decision for a single life in service to God, and it's entirely his own conviction and not imposed on him by others, he ought to stick with it. Marriage is spiritually and morally right and not inferior to singleness in any way. Although, as I indicated earlier, because of the times we live in, I do have pastoral reasons for encouraging singleness. A wife must stay with her husband as long as he lives. If he dies, she is free to marry anyone she chooses. She will, of course, want to marry a believer and have the blessings of the master. By now you know that I think she'll be better off staying single. The master, in my opinion, thinks so too. Hey, what's going on, Jesse James? Alright, we gotta put Jesse in blue. So, anybody have any comments on what St. Paul said? Anybody have any comments or questions? St. Paul says, especially if you are a new believer, wherever you are, stay there. If you are single, then stay single. And try to do what Jesus directs you to do. Now, if you find yourself unable to control yourself, then by all means, go get married. But don't let the new person in your life distract you. Don't let them distract you. You get distracted. Satisfied in doing. But when you hear this news, you should be excited and be waiting to see what changes do they have planned for me. What changes? It's not an accident that somebody will come up to you and start talking to you. It's not an accident. But whether or not you listen is the key. Now, you could be minding your business, and all of a sudden somebody come up to you. You got to decipher on the spot, is this person really trying to broaden my horizons as far as getting to know God and Jesus, or are they coming to distract me so that I lose that connection and I wind up messing around with them and doing what they want to do, and then I die and it's too late. Jesse James said, what I mean is, I'm listening and I'm driving home. What's going on, Jesse? We talking about St. Paul and what he said on being celibate and being in service to God. And if you can't control yourself, if you cannot control yourself, because he says it's better to be celibate. You have more time to focus on studying and learning and getting to know Jesus and God. When you got a husband or wife, you got to keep them happy, and then you got kids and you got to keep them happy, and you start spending more time with that, and you start to forget about Jesus and God. And then you die and it's too late. If you can control yourself, then stay celibate and try to follow the path that Jesus and God has for you. If you cannot control yourself, then get married. Do y'all understand that? When you get married, and like I said, people keep forgetting, and I'm going to keep beating you upside the head with it. Marriage. Marriage, the ceremony, is sexual relations. That's a ceremony. Whoever you have sex with, that's your husband or wife. that's your husband or wife. If you have sex with 10 other people, you're being held accountable to that first person you had sex with. Everybody else you sleep with, you're cheating. Everybody else that person slept with after you, they're cheating. But this is more held accountable to the women than the men. Because back then a man could have more than one wife. But he had to take care of them. A woman is only allowed to have one husband. And some of y'all women are saying it's not fair, blame Eve. And this is the reason why when a man cheats, they say the women should forget him the first time or two, because a man can have more than one wife back then. He can have as many as he can afford. But a woman can only have one husband. Y'all need to understand that. A woman can only have one husband. Now, if the woman doesn't want to stay with the husband, she has to be celibate until he dies. When he dies, then she can go find another husband. I know when we do these shows, y'all probably say to yourself, everything is messed up. How is the world so twisted? But you keep saying, these beautiful young ladies, 3 or 4 kids, can't get married to save their life. Truth of the matter is, they wind up with the nerd in high school they made fun of, because they'll be the only ones that take them. Because truthfully, a man does not want a woman that's been used already. Now, if y'all was in high school or junior high and y'all with each other first, the marriage got a good chance because he was your first. But if you and been with everybody on the football team and while they was in school, it was fine. But now, as a wife to raise children with, don't really know if I want old pass around Sally. Don't want to be at the bar and somebody come up there, hey, I heard you married old pass around. Yeah, I had it in my day. Well, you stuck with her now. How's she doing? Men egos don't like that. Y'all women, I don't know how you do it. I think that's why the law is that way. Women don't care. Y'all see a man that got 5 or 6 baby mamas, and y'all still sit there. Well, he look good. Shit, he ain't gonna do me like that. And y'all go right in there. Man can't do that. No, honey, you used up. I can't bring you around mine, grandma. They tear you up. They get on me for bringing home something loose. So, and like I say, the society is changing only because women are now heading the household. But if the men took their place and actually came back into it, a lot of this foolishness will go away. It really would. Because a girl can go out there and sneak boys in the house and do all kinds of things. There's a man there and no, she can't. It's a lot harder. But when there's just a woman there, you just gotta wait for mama to go to sleep, and then I'll go ahead and let you in. As a man, man gonna sense it. Hey, it's another dude here. What the heck you doing in the damn room? What's wrong with you, bro? A man will sense it. Let me go in there and check on Jalen. Go in there and find out you snuck out the window. He's gonna be riding around trying to find you. There ain't no father there. Yeah. Kids do what they want to do. That's one of the reasons why the Arabs want to do business with us, but they don't want to mingle. You notice the Jews and the Amish, they'll do business. They don't want to mingle. The Koreans and the Japanese come over here and they'll open up stores and do business, but they don't want to mingle. How many of y'all go to the carry out every day and get something to eat? How many times you actually went out and partied with one of them Koreans or one of them Chinese people? They don't want nothing to do with you, but they don't want their children. They meet your children and they don't want it. That's why they all stay clustered. You got Chinatown and the Irish people got their part, and there's a reason for that. Because they see the devil's influence on American culture. They don't want their kids to be exposed to it. They don't. And a lot of the things that we do, I could imagine it now. There's an Arab that came over here for business and brought his family. He's going to find places where there are Arabs living. That's where he's going to move to. He's not going to move and have his kids listening to rock and roll and sneaking out to the concerts and being groupies and doing things with the musicians backstage. You're not going to see those children there. The parents will kill them. We need to get back to that. We become too liberal. I remember growing up, I remember watching the Brady Bunch. And Marcia would be like, how come Greg can go to the concert? Or how come Greg can go to the party and I can't go? It's not fair. It is fair. That's the way it's meant to be. That's the way it's meant to be. I remember there was an old saying. A father would take his young son to a prostitute so he can learn how to perform in the bedroom. And then he would go buy a bride for his son, and there you go. But let it be the other way around? It's just the way it is. I know it's not fair. A lot of ladies go, it ain't fair. And to the ladies that say that, you're darn right it ain't fair. But you know what? We should be butt naked in paradise without a care in the world. But Eve let Satan trick her. And now we got all this turmoil and agony. Crazy stuff. It wouldn't happen. So don't cry to me, go cry to Eve. I'm dead serious. Don't come crying to me. Oh, it ain't fair. No, it's not fair. But that's something that we got to live with every day. The mistake that Eve made, we pay for it every day. Don't ever forget, the devil didn't go to Adam. He went to Eve. Can I say it again? He didn't go to Adam. He went to who he saw was the weaker one. And y'all can get me, I'm not weak. Well, he was weak then. I'm not weak. But yet you can sit there and see old Pookie and Ray Ray with all them babies and you still go lay up with them. I think you're weak. You can fight me all you want, but you can't argue them facts. They laid out there. It is unfortunate, but deal with it. The same way when Adam and Eve got thrown out that garden and didn't know how to do nothing. Guess what? They had to deal with it. And we still dealing with it. But we got something that they didn't have. We got Jesus. So focus on that. And start worrying about something being fair. Do you want to spend the next 50,000 years in paradise, or do you want to spend it in baby hell? That's the question you should ask. Because I don't know the date that God set. It might not be another 4,000 or 5,000 years. He might just let us go and see how bad we can get before Jesus come back. We don't know. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on making sure I got a relationship, that I got a connection, so that I'm saved no matter what happens. And if I have to take a second, if I have to take a back seat while I'm down here, fine. You know, I actually was talking in a chat the other day, and I was telling the people, I said, you know, it's frustrating that we do such good topics and our views are so low. And the person said, well, you should stop doing them topics. And I said, no, because then I'm not working for Jesus and God. If Jesus and God is satisfied with the views, then I should be satisfied with the views. If they want me to blow up, then I'll blow up. Well, if you keep doing the same thing and ain't getting the same results, that's insanity. I said, no, if you keep running behind the devil and seeing the destructive path that he leaves, and you still want to go follow behind them, I think that's insanity. I'm trying to give out life-saving information. I can't make you take it. But if you're going to be burning and rotting away in pure darkness and agony for thousands of years, that don't bother you. But you more worried about somebody playing with your thing tonight. Okay. Won't nobody be playing with your thing for eternity. So you better get as much as you can get. Them memories better last you for eternity. But I remember, that was, you know, I remember back when I used to hit everything that moved. Okay, then go ahead. That's what you want? Go ahead. Have your memories. I'm gonna be looking down at you laughing like, remember you made fun of me? Look at him. I'm the type of person that might walk over there and look down the chasm and go, hey, G Money, how you doing there, bro? Remember you used to have one of those sharp clothes? Used to get all them women, had them fake gold teeth in your mouth. Remember that? Yeah, look at you now. Look at you now. Right back at you, baby. So, what are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to? I'm going to keep hitting you over the head with it. I want the message to get through to you. Because people are going to tell you, Robert Derrick just talking that junk, and okay. But what do you lose by coming to Jesus and God? What do you lose? You shouldn't be fornicating anyway. That's why herpes won't go away, syphilis won't go away, gonorrhea won't go away, the clap won't go away, AIDS won't go away. Why it won't go away? Why won't it go away? Because people won't stop fornicating. If everybody stopped fornicating and everybody got married, guess what? The people that got these diseases, they would die off and die with the disease with them. But because people keep fornicating, guess what? And you got people that get on a plane and go overseas and do all kinds of dirt and then come back here and act all innocent and holy and spread the diseases that they picked up from these third world countries that they went to and bring the crap right back here. They got people with the carnivorous virus, cold, whatever you want to call it. They got people on ocean liners. They won't let off. They got people on airplanes. They won't let off. They got sections of people put up somewhere. But the thing is, even if they get it under control, it's not going to go away. Because people still going to get on a plane and go somewhere and lay up with somebody that got it and going to bring it right back to their home. Until we stop. Until we stop. These plagues and diseases won't stop. But then you want to blame God. God didn't tell you to get on that damn plane. He didn't tell you to get on that damn boat. He didn't tell you to go over there and fornicate and do all kinds of things. He didn't tell you to go over there and get that ganja. I got to go to Jamaica and get that real ganja. I got to go to Holland. They got the real ganja. And you go over there and you pick something up and you bring it back. You just spreading stuff around the world, but it's God's fault. You know? People burn me up with that. You get to go out here and do the stuff you know you ain't supposed to do, and then you get mad at God when the consequences come. That's insanity. That's insanity. I'm gonna go jump out of an airplane. Oh, my parachute not working. Oh Lord, I'm gonna die. How you let this happen, God? God didn't tell you to get jump out no daggone airplane. He didn't tell you to go bungee jumping. He didn't tell you to lie down in the middle of the street and dare cars to run you over. You did that. Well, you gonna blame him? You seen that? How you gonna let that happen, God? You gonna let the man run me over? You lay down in the middle of the daggone street. What God got to do with that? These choices you make. And then you want to blame somebody else. No, you to blame. Stop doing the dumb stuff. You ain't got to worry about it. Everybody want to do what they want to do, when they want to do it. And who cares what somebody else think? Well, why you don't care about the person at the side where you going after you close your eyes? That should be your first thought. It shouldn't be that girl down the street with the big boobs. It shouldn't be that dude down the block with the damn six-pack. It shouldn't be that woman that got hair down on her back. It shouldn't be that man that got 13 cars. They can't take none of that stuff with them. And chances are they're going right to hell. If somebody said, you got to be a nerd all your life, you'll never have a pretty woman, you'll never have beautiful kids, you'll never have a fancy house, my answer would be, but am I in connection with Jesus and God? I don't care if you're connected with Jesus and God, whatever. Thank you. That's all I want to know. That's all I'm worried about. Anything else? Come and go. Be nice to have that stuff, but hey, I need that connection first. Without the connection, that don't mean nothing. I don't care how pretty that woman is. Without the connection, she ain't worrying about being connected. And handy enough for me. Can't do a darn thing for me. Don't care how much money you got, how much power you got. It's down here. But when you get done down here, where are you going when you close your eyes? Because everything you worrying about down here, somebody else going to have it. Usually the relative you can't stand the most is going to be the one directing, pushing your stuff out. I'm taking this and you can get that, and I'm taking this and you can get that. Once I'm gone, I don't care. I told y'all the other day, it's going to be a day that I'm going to, if I don't get married, there's going to be a day I'm going to close my eyes. I'm not going to wake up. And I probably sit here rotting, until somebody say, I haven't seen Brother Derrick in 2 weeks. I know he a loner, but I ain't seen him in 2 weeks. And he hasn't done a YouTube show in 2 weeks. Somebody's going to call the landlord and say, go by and check. Or maybe the mechanic might come by and say, you know what? I haven't heard no music come from out of here. He ain't doing shows. And somebody might kick the door in and then they might find me dead and they'd be probably run out the door. And some people will say, Aren't you concerned about being? I'm not. I can shoot. As long as I'm connected with Jesus and God, shoot. I don't care. You find me butt naked. I don't care. Shoot. I'm gone. Hopefully, I'm on the way to paradise. Shoot. Put on down here. Take my stuff, throw it in the garbage can, keep what you want, and move somebody else in. Business as usual. But hopefully I did my time down here. And I hope that I brought a lot of people to the truth. And I hope to see some of y'all. That's what my hope is. Anything else is extra. Everybody want the icing. I want the cake. Give me the cake. Remember when y'all was a kid? Remember you was a little kid? And mom was baking, and after she made the cake and she put the icing on there, you wanted to lick the bowl. After, 4 or 5, you would get sick of the topping. You would get sick of the chocolate. It'd be so sweet, okay. Then you can't wait to get to the cake. But see, the icing, you get sick of it quick. That's what being on earth is. Earth is the icing. I want you to worry about the cake. Because the icing tastes better on the cake. So get the cake first and then put the icing on there. Don't just eat the icing out the bowl. Because the icing is just your 60 to 80 years down here. Worry about that cake. Because the cake could be this tall. But chances are the icing only this thick on the cake. So if you put all your eggs into the icing, you better enjoy yourself because you got a whole lot of suffering. And I keep beating you upside the head with it so it stick. Because when you stand there, for those of you that actually are in earshot, for those of you that clicked on the video, when you stand before Jesus and he tell you where you got to go and you go, it's not fair, I didn't know nothing about this. He's going to say, I've sent people to you. Like who? Didn't you used to watch Minister Derrick? Who? Minister Derrick. Oh, you mean that crazy guy? Yeah. He was telling you why you didn't listen. He made video after video. You still did what you wanted to do. So, now you're standing before me. And guess what? I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm putting you in that lake of fire over there. You thought that torments was bad. Ooh, child, get on in there. If you don't go, I had the angels throw you in, but you're getting in there. Get on in there. You're holding the line up. Come on, next. Who's next? I want you to stand proudly. Hey, Jesus, I've been talking and praying to you for years, and I've been trying to live like you and take the example that you laid down. It was a couple times I heard you talk to me. He's going to say, come on in. We're waiting for you. Good job. That's what I want you to hear. I don't want you to hear. I don't know you. Get away from me. Go ahead and throw them on in that, that lake of fire. You be like, I spent 2,000 years burning. Now I got to go into the fire again? Oh, this is worse. Worse. Yeah, oh, this is worse. And for you, buddy. That's rough right there. A lot of people say, how could God be so cruel? He's telling you, I'm not the only person. There are other people out there. But you let the devil make us insignificant. You so busy pushing the devil doctrine and don't even know it. You got people not believing. They think it's a joke. Oh, this is the white man religion, huh? Everybody making their own version of it up. The one thing that doesn't change that much is the word. Follow the words. You don't have the excuse that people had back in biblical times. You can get a Bible at the daggone dollar store. You can look online and get back they didn't have a word. They only had what they were told. You don't have the excuse. You don't have the excuse. So why should they have mercy on you? Why should they have mercy on you? They laid it out. They told you what you needed. You chose not to listen. So why should they listen to you? You totally ignored what they set up for you. God took himself and made him into a human being and let him go. So basically, God does not feel sorry for you because he took his life force and he put it in Mary's womb. And he experienced 9 months of labor. And he came out the womb. And he lived as you live. He dealt with the temptations and showed you how to live. He spent 32 years on this earth showing you how to live, how to pray, how to carry yourself, how to help others. He showed you. He didn't just tell you in some words. He came down here and showed you. If nothing else, go read all 4 of the Gospels. If you don't want to read anything else in the Bible, you're too busy. Read Luke, Mark, Matthew, and John. Just read them. Right there in the New Testament. Read them 1, 2, 3, 4. Matthew has some of the most life-giving knowledge. But people just go, I'm going to watch Love and Hip Hop. I'm going to go watch Empire. Have you seen the new Tyler Perry movie? Ooh, child. Okay. Go ahead. But you have been warned. And I come warn you. And it's really going to hurt when I go look over the chasm and I look down. And somebody say, hey, Brother Derrick. And I be like, who are you? You. Let me set the chat. Did anybody still here? It's getting late. Any questions? Ask now or forever hold your peace. Any questions? No question is too small when it comes to this. No question is too silly. Anybody have any questions? I try to make it as simple and easy to understand as possible. We don't get all that amen, hallelujah, turn to your neighbor, and oh glory. I don't give you none of that. I give you the facts. And the way you can understand it. So you can't say, I don't understand what you're talking about. And now I'm giving you a chance. Anybody have any questions? We covered a lot today. Covered a lot in these 2 hours. Anybody have any questions? Anybody? Hello. Last call. Any questions? All righty then. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed one. We are out of here. Thanks for watching our discussion today. This is the Minister Brother Derrick Show. I am that sinister minister. I say that tongue in cheek. Wait a minute, I just saw the chat move. Did somebody say something? Naya said good night, gang. Good night, Naya. Jesse James, and the people that watch this when they wake up. I know it's late, but we got it in. We got the Wednesday Bible study in. It was late, but we got it in. Like I say, thanks to everybody that watched, and I will see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna go watch the wrestling. I got 4 hours. I'm gonna try and watch 2 tonight before I fall asleep. I don't have to cook. I'm gonna make the hot dogs. That's why I got the hot dogs. I'm gonna throw them in the microwave and then go ahead and eat them. So I'll go ahead and do that and watch the wrestling. And I'll probably make the chicken wings tomorrow. All right, y'all have a great night. See y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace. And we are out.